Let's hope I still remember how to fucking do this. Welcome back to Friday Night Live. It's been a long, long time. We're still populating some people on the live here, but that's fine. We're just gonna start rolling with it. Yeah, you know, there's gonna be a few small changes. But that's not a big deal. Nothing that you guys are gonna have to worry about. Oh, Laine in the chat's already killing me. Okay. You know what? Guys, guest this week, Laine, whoa, wrong side, from LRP Reptiles. My shirt faded a little bit. So you know what? I'm done talking. Let's get into it. Happy Friday, everybody. It's Friday night, so you know what that means. Man, it's been so long, I forgot how hyped I get for my own intros. You probably saw me in the little waiting screen, like rocking out to the fucking countdown.
No, I didn't see it, actually.
What's going on, Laine? How are you, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, you know, pretty good. You know, lots going on, but other than that, I can't complain. We just hatched our last clutch of the year out, and, you know, time to start thinking of next year.
Wow, carrying right on into the next season, eh?
You can't stop, man. You can't. It's crazy. Like, we're waiting on our I guess, first clutch of 2022 right now. So anyway, Laine, before I get into asking you questions, do you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah. So my name is Laine, and obviously LRP Reptiles, and I started in this hobby about 2 years ago now. So I started collecting 2 years ago, and this is my first year. Or sorry, last year was my first year breeding. This will be my second. Last year I got 3 clutches. Pretty happy with that for my first year. This year, aiming for around 8 to 10.
Now, when you say this year, I assume you mean 2022.
2022, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's stop there because you're going to start cutting into my questions then. And obviously, you know, we're going to touch on how you work for Billy now. You kind of actually, you know what? Why don't we start with that? Only because it's kind of interesting. I stopped working for Billy once he moved. I don't know if people know exactly when that happened. Not that, you know, me, Nick, and Billy don't have a good relationship anymore. Obviously, you know, we love the guy. But he moved too far away and I didn't want to fucking drive. So when that happened, obviously, you know, we helped him a bit with the move and all that kind of stuff. But we stopped coming around, you know, on the odd weekday and then on the weekends. And, you know, I don't come around for 2-3 months. And all of a sudden I show up one day and there's Laine here just scrubbing tubs. And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's, man, it was so beneficial for me. And I was like 28 and I had already been in the hobby for like 10 years and gotten out and come back. And being in that was that beneficial for me. Like, I can't even imagine you being basically like, you're going into your second season, but basically brand new.
Oh, it's awesome. I get my mind.
Having all that knowledge, not even just Billy, but having Austin there. And then, you know, having people like Lion and Catherine to bounce ideas off of. Because, like,
Yeah.
they all got stuff going on, obviously. Like, so, like, it must be absolutely, invaluable.
Oh, no, for sure. It's awesome. Like, every time I walk in there, my mind's blown away. Like, just the stuff that's being produced, it's crazy. Even I've seen the escalation that, like, mutation creation has taken. It's unbelievable.
I assume you probably do the same thing I did when I was there, but how often are you there a week?
Once a week.
Once a week. Okay. So that's almost exactly what we were doing. Like, most of the time we were there only Saturdays for a full day. And I would think I knew Billy's collection up, down, left, right, and center. I knew every fucking cool animal in there, and he would open a bin, like, just randomly. Like, a bin that you swore you've opened before, too, and you're just like, what the fuck is this thing?
Oh, you'd be surprised. The hatchlings, I have every single, like I could, me and Austin have gone over them so many times. I've just, you know, just comes to you after a while. But stuff's coming out so much. Like, he still has, like, last time I was there, 5 clutches to put away, and the racks are full.
That's nuts, man. Like, and it's always been like that, right? It's like go, 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 go. And it almost feels weird when there's no babies coming.
Yeah.
And when I say no babies, I mean, you know, there might be 1 or 2 clutches in the incubator versus 2 full fucking incubators, right?
Well,
but
midsummer, I'd finished everything and still have 2 hours left to do other things. And now it's like, I can barely get all this stuff done. There's just so much stuff to do.
Yeah, it's nuts. By the end of oh man, I can't even, at his old facility back when everything was on paper. Oh my God. At the end of the breeding season, like when all the babies are basically out and stuff like that, man, we were working like 14-hour days on the Saturday, coming back in on the Sunday, and then coming in on Wednesdays after, like, both Nick and I worked just to get the babies done.
Oh, I bet. It's a lot of work.
Not even the grow-ups, like just the babies. It was nuts.
I find the ARS racks are a lot easier to clean versus, like, smaller tubs.
Yeah, and you know what? I love the ARS racks. I love the ease of cleaning. You know what I hate? Those fucking FB5 tubs. Cleaning those when the fucking hatchlings like shit right on the side in between the.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Especially when it's so much smaller. And I like half the time I'm not even paying attention. I get bit by like every other snake.
And that's the fun with cleaning hatchlings, unfortunately. Okay, well. Now everybody knows, you know, you work for Billy. You have all that awesome experience, and on top of that, like, you go to buy an animal, and you have 4 people that you can bounce the idea off of. You know what I mean? Like, or whoever's there. Like, I know everybody's not there every time, but
yeah.
So that probably really helped you basically completely bypass that step of buying a bunch of crap that you end up finding out you don't need later.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. That's such a big hurdle for a lot of people when they realize that they've wasted a good chunk of their time or a good chunk of their money on not the best stuff. Like, honestly, that's usually the first like check where people go like, fuck, do I want to do this? You know what I mean? That's like your first check and balance. And like, you got to blow right by that. The stuff you're picking up, man. Like, the thing you just picked up, I'm like, man, I don't even have one of those. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So, it's just like, I don't know what else you can say about it. So I'm just gonna jump into my questions. Okay, so this will be your second year breeding.
Yeah.
So this is going to be probably pretty tough for you because you're probably still building up your collection in the way you want it to be, right? Like you probably still have pieces that you have to buy and all that kind of stuff. But ideally, if everything goes your way, if let's say not all your females, but like the top females that you want to breed next year go for you, you know, you get decent odds and you get to keep a couple things. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? What are the projects you see yourself working on then, and like for what animals?
Honestly, like clown is my favorite, but I'm starting to get attached to Ultramel. Ultramel is amazing, especially with the
I was say that's why I had you on, and then you had to fucking bring up Ultramel. No, I'm just joking. Continue.
just like the encouragement from everyone, obviously at MC, and just the stuff that I'm seeing, it's just crazy. So I'm working a little bit with Ultramel. I have a few female double heads and some visual males and stuff. So got some. I have an Ultramel het pied that I just picked up, male, and banana pastel spot nose double head Ultramel clown I got from Austin. Sick. Yeah. So I have a few pairings for pieds this year, but I'm only working into Ultramel. And this year I don't have it into clown, but I'll have it into Ultramel, like just making some pied heads, females, to hold them back.
I'm really hoping to get Billy one of our pastel clown het pieds to put to that male that we have at MC.
Yeah.
Ultra hypopide.
Yeah.
Like, man, if we could make some friggin' like pastel pied triple heads or something, like, oh my God. Just the future is wild, man, for everybody. But you're obviously a lot more into Ultramel than I am. That is literally the only Ultramel animal I have besides one female.
I really only have like 5 snakes, but
you're still beating me. I mean, one of our 2 snakes is an Ultramel hypopide, but he hasn't given me shit yet, so it doesn't matter what he is.
Usually how it works, you know.
But yeah, so you're further into Ultramel than I am. Do you have a specific direction that you want to take Ultramel? Like, do you have an idea of what you want to do with it? Because right now, because I don't have a lot of it, the one thing I do want to get it into is bongo, which is why the only female I have is a mystic bongo head Ultramel. But I don't really know what else like I want to do with it, because that male over at Billy's like, we're going to have some say in the pairings, and the fuck do you do with Ultramel? I don't know. I'm a clown guy.
I'm really just trying to stay away from the light stuff. I feel like Ultramel works way better with dark things, so I'm kind of just taking my own path with things and just like experiencing different things, as well as I'm looking into a clown and pied. So see what it takes me, you know.
Yeah, and you know what? Like the bongo, Jesus, I just got my own headed. The Ultramel pied stuff is awesome, but the Ultramel clown stuff is just
it's unreal.
It's nuts. I love it. And it makes me really upset that the cats have already started. Get out. It makes me really upset that I didn't get into Ultramel sooner, because I have so much clown stuff. I could be quite a ways into that project.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So, like I said, so 3 to 5 year goals. In 5 years, what would your ideal animal that you have hatching? What would that be?
Honestly, I'm not sure what that's going to look like. I have a few different things I'm really working on. I want to hit a freeway clown. I'll maybe, like, if the odds are good, I should have a few next year.
What, freeway clowns?
Yeah.
Shit, that's awesome. I think I have one chance at a freeway clown, and then we'll be making freeway double het clown pieds, I think.
I should have some asphalt and yellow belly clowns this year though.
Oh shit, that's awesome. Yeah, we have a super blade asphalt / yellow belly clown. So if it proves I could have freeways, and if it doesn't, then I don't know. That was a waste.
Yeah.
But no, she's actually at Mordex ball pythons right now. We were doing a breeding loan, so fingers crossed for both of us on that one. The freeway clown stuff is nuts. That shit Billy's been making is just
it's crazy. Trying to keep like the clown stuff away from lesser, but it's so hard. Especially because my only clown male is lesser, and I've been downsizing on males and upgrading on females, and now my females.
What is your male?
Lesser blade clown, but he's a dinker for sure because like I would show you, but they're in shed right now. Like the
only reason I ask is because I shot myself in the foot our first season, and Nick kind of hummed and hawed on the purchase. And I was like, no, it's a good idea. We'll just do it. And I bought our lesser leopard, pastel lesser leopard clown.
Right.
And it made us a bunch of amazing animals. We got to hold a bunch back. You know what I mean? Like we got really lucky. But like 2 of them out of like 15 that we held back don't have lesser. Like lesser just seemed to hit on every single animal that we wanted to keep. And now I'm super limited on the males I can use to the females that are now adult size.
Well, I'm not even kidding when I say this thing like looks desert ghost. It's ridiculous. It's so bright. Austin said it might have like the carnival line or something.
Oh yeah, the carnival.
I haven't done too much research on that, but I'm definitely keeping that male.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing too, right? You can complain about lesser all you want, but something pops out of that male, and all of a sudden you're laughing, right? Like it's.
Oh yeah.
And even if it's nothing, even if you just have a really nice line bred animal, you're still going to be making super nice animals from that, right? So
he's such a good breeder too. Last year he wasn't even a year old bred. I got all my clutches from. They're all healthy, and he's breeding again. That's
what that hat was from that we were thinking about?
Yeah.
The combo? Nice. That's sick.
I think I sold that one. It was a super pastel pinstripe banana het clown female.
Yeah, something like that.
I have its sister, I think. Oh, yeah, right here. I actually have no idea what this one is. But I know it's banana and it's het clown, so obviously, and it's a female, so I'm keeping it.
Oh, that's right. Your banana was a female. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm doing that same thing.
I'll tell you now, you cannot have enough banana het clown, like female stuff in your racks. You can't.
Yeah.
You just can't because it's so fucking powerful, man.
Next year, I really want to work on the super banana clowns. I have some females that next year I'm hoping. And super banana spot nose, super banana super pastel.
Did you keep any males back from that clutch to have female making male?
No.
No?
I didn't. I have, like I said, I have the male I got from Austin. Right here. The banana pastel spot nose double head ultra male clown.
Is that a female maker though?
Well, he hit females in the clutch, so I don't know.
The only reason I'm asking is because you can make super banana clown females if you have a female making male, right? Because you already have the females. And like the combos you have too would just be nuts. You have so many genes here.
And plus had ultra male.
Rainy Day Reptiles in the chat. Yeah. We Nick and I waited too long. We were so overloaded on babies at the time. And I was talking to Laine about it for a while. Yeah, no, it just didn't happen. I'm glad you guys got them though. Rainy Day has one of our fire yellow belly het pied 50% het lavender girls. Yeah, so no, they're really putting together a collection over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what made you realize you wanted to work with animals?
Honestly, my mom was a vet tech. I've always loved animals. I've always had animals in the house. And one day I walked into a pet shop. It's in like downtown Toronto. Mm-hmm. I held my first snake. I'm like, I love it. Like, this is cool. I just did tons of research, and you know what happens.
What store was it?
Sorry?
What store was it?
Menagerie Pet Shop.
Oh, I never even heard of it before.
The small shop.
Neat. Okay, this one's easy. What's the origin of your business name?
It's my name. It's my initials.
There you go. Okay, so you told us how you was that also when you realized you just wanted to do this? Like, were you just in all the way, or?
Well, when was it? I got a snake from, I think it was 2018. I got a pinstripe male at the Reptile Expo,
Mm-hmm.
and I had him for a bit, but he got boring after a while, so I sold that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back into that pet store again, and the guy in there was talking to me about like morphs and stuff, and I got like interested again. So I got some more like females and stuff, kept doing more research, and kept growing my collection. I'm surprised my parents really just let me take it this far.
And that's the other thing. Your parents are super supportive of you, which is super cool.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the main things that's so cool about it. Is like when I was getting into this, I was still living at my mom's house. She was not happy about it. But my saving grace was she wouldn't do anything about it because she was terrified of them. Which is super mean. And if my mom is watching this or ever watches this, I am very sorry because I'm a terrible person. But no, truth is, like, I wouldn't have been able to do it had I not just did it. And it did not make for a good living situation. Yeah, no, like your parents are just super cool about it. Like they're just super supportive, which is amazing.
For sure. I'm so thankful that my dad's starting to get into it a little bit too. And like he likes to see like the clutches and stuff. So it's good to have him helping me, you know?
Yeah, I've noticed your dad's kind of getting into it, and I've seen him inquiring about a couple of animals and stuff, which is even cooler. Like when you have someone you can share it with, like Billy talks about it all the time. Like it's cool enough to be able to do it and to like see your animals that you're making and like see your snakes that you have. Like that's cool enough. But then to have somebody you can share that with, that you can bring in and be like, dude, look at this. Like being able to text Nick at like 6 a.m. and be like, fucking dude, can you believe we fucking made this fucking thing? And him text me back at like 2 p.m. because he sleeps in all fucking day. They're like, no, man, like it's the best feeling. It really is. It's super cool to have just someone you can share your excitement with. It's
cutting the clutches and stuff too. Got everyone sitting around me watching it.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it at that point.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like just having that to share too. Like it's just a cool feeling.
Yeah.
I assume you're talking about the girl you got from us, because if the girl you got from him is already at the 1,000-gram wall, then you're doing something right, and I want to know what it is.
That'd be crazy.
No, but I wish I had parents that were super supportive of it, because I think I would have went a very different direction had I had that kind of support, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I would have gotten out of the hobby when I did and all that kind of stuff, but who knows?
Well, that's why I'm trying to grow, just getting better females, because I'm cut to like a limited space, so I want to have the best I can and take it the right way.
Makes sense. Okay, you've already touched on this, but I only have a couple set questions, so I have to go through all of them. How many clutches do you expect for the 2022 season?
So I like hoping for 10. That might be pushing it, but if I do have 10, I'll be pushing probably into late like next season. So right now, I'm just waiting for a couple more males to get ready, and I'll have 3 males going, and I have about 15 females ready. 12 to 15.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually really funny because you're like, oh, I only had 3 clutches on.
Gonna have my first round of pies this year, hopefully.
Oh, geez, you just like cut out, and then like all the audio like came in all at once. That was really weird. I totally forgot what I was going to say now. Guys, questions? Come on, let's go. I'm just joking. Oh, sorry. What I was saying was, you were joking about how like you kind of were like, oh, I only had 3 clutches in my first year. The first year Nick and I did this, we had 1 clutch. Do you know what it was?
What?
It was a spinner to a clown. So I'd say you're in a pretty good spot, bro. Like what you
I'm pretty happy with what I hit this year.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like,
yeah, I was definitely happy. I was definitely happy to be able to hold some reasonable stuff back. All females. I didn't hold back any males this year.
To be able to hold back a banana het clown female on your first year breeding and not having to buy that animal alone is fucking huge. And the fact that you got more than that to hold back, more than that one animal is incredible. And then you also still got to sell a couple animals and make a little bit of money to, feed your snakes or to whatever you want to do with it. And I just realized I had this on the wrong setting. That looks way better. So Catherine is in the chat and she's asking, is there a gene you don't work with that you want to start working with?
Honestly, I love the blackhead stuff. Calico, both of those. Just working like new stuff into like clown, ultramel, pied, all that stuff. There's no really specific thing right now, but for sure either one of those.
Do you have any plans to work with Desert Ghost or anything at all?
No, I'm trying to stay away from that. I just want to keep the 3 recessives. Desert Ghost is amazing. Like, I love it. But, like, I feel like I just really want to stick to certain things.
And that's totally fair. That's like me with Monarch. Like, I love Monarch. I think it's beautiful. I think it'll do great things, but it's not for me. I'm not going to drop the money that's going to be required to get into that project the way you're going to need to for it to be worth it for you, right? You can't just go out and buy one Desert Ghost male or one Monarch male. Like, you have to go and buy yourself at least the start of a project at this point. Otherwise, by the time you're making stuff, it's not even going to be worth it. Yeah. But at this point for me, like, we have so many projects that we have on purpose and then accidentally, like double recessive projects we didn't even mean to do. And like, we probably have like 20 different projects by accident because we need to learn something.
In my opinion, for myself, because like obviously I'm on a budget and stuff because I pay for everything myself. I'm like Monarch's very expensive, especially because there's not as much of it over here. Mm-hmm. And I don't feel like, in my opinion, I don't feel like it's much better than Ultramel. I don't think it is at all. I think Ultramel looks a little better.
You know what? I wasn't using Monarch to compare to Ultramel. I was using Monarch kind of that benchmark gene that's still a little bit pricey. You know what I mean? Where like everybody seems to be talking about it now or then. I totally get the Monarch versus Ultramel thing, and I'm not gonna claim an opinion. I think they're both cool. I haven't seen enough of either in person to make a decision, to be honest. Also, you gave me a 2XL shirt, and this makes me look fucking so big.
You gave me one too small. It barely fits me anymore.
So we did the opposite. Perfect. Oh shit! What's up, Jason? How's it going, buddy? Oh, it's good to be back. If you watched the show on Sunday, you'll know why I haven't been. Been a lot of false starts. I kept promising Friday Night Lives and I'm not delivering. So finally back, gonna start going. And apparently we just started a fight. That's okay. Okay. Got a couple more in here, and then we're just going to shoot the shit and leave the questions up to the chat. Where did the rest of my questions go? That's great. Oh, here we go. I don't even know if you've gotten to this point yet. I don't even know if you've hit this point yet. But this question I ask everybody: what was your first big disappointment or letdown?
Honestly, I haven't had too many. Like, I just love this hobby. I'm so passionate about it. Love to see myself growing, you know?
And you know what? Honestly, if you don't have one, I'm not that's nothing to give you a hard time for. Like, fucking kudos. Great. That means not only have you done stuff the right way, you've learned from other people's mistakes. You haven't made, a lot of those beginner mistakes that people generally make. That's good. And let's hope it stays that way for a long, long time. Unfortunately, we had the opposite of that this year. We probably had the worst year we've ever had. But we didn't post a lot of that, mostly just because I didn't want to. But, although we had a fantastic season and the stuff we made was absolutely incredible, blew my mind. I didn't even expect some of the stuff we'd make to look the way it did. Those pinstripe clowns, amazing, right? And then the Dream School stuff we made, we got really lucky.
Those are sick.
For every one of those animals that we hit, there was a kinked animal in the clutch that was the best animal. Or there was 9 eggs from a pastel HRA pied to a banana orange dream yellow belly Enchi pied, and every animal died. That's for every win that we had
it's-
this season, we probably had 2 losses. And man, like it was tough. And I couldn't even tell you why. Nothing changed throughout how we were doing anything. And all of this shit happened actually before I had to move my half of the collection. So it wasn't the move that did it. Just dumb bad luck. And you know what? It sucks. But all that means is now when I hit those animals next year or the year after that, it's going to be that much sweeter, right? We can't you can't sit here and dwell on it because you'll fucking drive yourself crazy, man. Okay, one more, and then we're going right to the chat. So, guys, if anybody has any questions for me, for Laine, for I don't know, fucking somebody else, I'll answer somebody else's question. I don't give a fuck. Oh, actually, I have 2 more questions because you kind of touched on it, but like, what exactly are you working on with each recessive gene that you have sort of going on? Like, what are your main genes you're working with right now?
I'm working with like this season. I'm trying maybe freeway clowns. I don't know. We'll see how it takes us, right? And I'll have my first few visual clowns, first few visual pies. I might have ultra mouse like late next season, or
Nice.
late next season. But with the future, I'm really working on some ghost clowns, GHI clowns, ultra clowns.
What?
That'll be a little bit, but.
Do you have a male for the Hypo Clown project?
No, I do not yet. I only have females growing up.
Shit. I need a male so bad, and I'm looking for somebody that has a good one because I have a leopard lesser double het female that is like 14 months old and building follicles. I thought I had another year to find a male for her. And I don't know what to do. And all of Billy's powerhouse males all have butter or lesser in them.
Yeah.
So I can't use that because I don't want to hit a fucking bell
ghost clown.
Like Hypo Clown. Fuck. So I'm really hoping I can find somebody that has like an inchy Hypo Clown or like just something that I can do like a split clutch with because I really would like a clutch from this animal. That was the first double recessive project that we started on our own. It was we got that clutch before we got even any of our clown pied stuff. So yeah, man, I've been looking. I've been hoping that somebody has one, but apparently it's not been fruitful so far. Okay, my favorite question. I'm sure you know what it is. You might not remember them. If you could remove one gene from the entire hobby, not just in your collection, just gone out of the hobby. Everybody that has an animal with that gene is just removed immediately. The snake still exists, just less that one gene. What would that gene be? And hold on. And would your answer change if it was limited to your collection?
Have to be something in the Bell complex, 100%. Probably lesser. It really just pisses me off.
Oh no! It's what's funny is that's my answer, and I completely agree. Now, would that
I have
change?
So much of it, it's
so that wouldn't change if it was just your stuff.
No, I'd rather that. I'd rather most of my stuff without lesser.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, it's actually really funny because everybody always gives a reasoning. It's like, oh, Bell this, Bell that. Like, I want to be that petty asshole, and I want all those like people that went out and bought a bell from an expo because it's trendy to wake up one morning and their bell just be a normal. I don't know why. Just because I think it would be fucking hilarious. That's really mean. But anyway. All right. First question from the chat. We've kind of touched on this, but I kind of asked you the direction you were taking Ultramel. What are you doing in terms of like other recessive genes with Ultramel?
Pied. Pretty much pied. I'll be working some different genes into that, but right now, like the base is just making some pied heads this year.
Nice.
Some females back. There'll be like cinnamon, spot nose, or I have a bumblebee het pied that'll be pairing to the Ultramel het pied, but I mean it's females to hold back.
Yep.
But yeah, I have the Cine spot nose. I have a Cine spot nose het pied, so that's my more anticipated clutch.
Nice.
This year. Yeah.
Nice. That you know what? people always shit on black pastel and cinnamon and pied and stuff like that, but like, you get a nice one. Like, I know they're usually higher white, and it is what it is. But like, man, I love them. Like, just like
Yeah.
you get that dark head on it. Like, did you see Sal House of Gaia's pieds he just hit? He hit
Yeah, cine pieds, right?
a cine pied and a cine yellow belly pied.
Yeah, I think I saw them.
Those are some of the nicest pieds I've seen this year, and they're almost all white. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, okay, so you're going pied. Yeah, I am kind of inadvertently stuck going hypopied with Ultramel only because that's my male. I would like to eventually get Ultramel into clown. That seems to be the future of Ultramel.
Yeah, same with me.
I can't, like, I don't think I can avoid it. I would like to avoid it only because I don't want to go into a fucking quadruple recessive project when I don't have that kind of room. But that said, I also don't want to not have Ultramel and clown. So, like,
yeah.
Do I burn a female to make those animals just so I have an Ultramel clown project that are also double het, like that are also het hypo and het pie? Like, it's a lot to consider. Like at the same time, like Ultramel clowns are amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm having the same problem with Desert Ghost. I want Desert Ghost in my clown stuff. And I'm now realizing that I'm very soon going to have like 7 different double recessive projects that are all with clown. And I can't do that because that is too many.
Yeah.
I already have pied, I have hypo, I have VPI Xanthic, and then Desert Ghost, right?
Lavender.
What's that? And lavender. Yeah. Fuck, I forgot about lavender, and we just made some. So I have fucking 5 with pied. Like, oh.
One thing like I want to get into, but like I'm very tempted to get into is tri-stripe.
Oh my god! Don't even talk. I want to get tri-stripe so bad.
I love it.
I've been holding myself back because I know I'm going to go nuts with it.
Even like the most basic combos. Like I just saw, I don't remember who produced them, but a super banana tri-stripe. That's
even
ridiculous.
Banana tri-stripe. Like just a single gene banana tri-stripe's amazing. What's up, June? But yeah, no, tri-stripe. I'm not super into puzzle, but there's been some stuff coming out like very.
Desert Ghost puzzles are nice though.
What's that?
Desert Ghost puzzles.
There's been some stuff coming out in the last like 6 months that have made me go like, maybe. Like I have a Desert Ghost 50% het puzzle mail. Actually, weirdly enough, that I keep talking about sending to this guy, and I keep not doing it because I'm an asshole. But yeah, no, I really want to send this guy out. Because not only is he a Desert Ghost pos het puzzle, but he's also a really weird looking Desert Ghost. He's got these huge conjoined keyholes. Like he's just really, really nice. And yeah, I just keep shit in the bed not doing that. So I really should. Because if we have a Desert Ghost het puzzle mail, like, I mean, at that point you have to get puzzle, right? Like I wouldn't not be allowed not to. I think I would have to. But anyway. Man, I'll tell you what week is it today? It is the 2nd week of November. I can probably have it to you not next week, but the week after if you're serious, man. I can't keep forgetting. This is gonna get bad. It's just gonna be sitting in my rack. Apparently Jason has a 2.2 double het hypo tri-stripe.
Yeah, I seen he's working. I think I've seen he was working with some tri-stripe. That's awesome.
Man, I've been talking about this for so long. You could have walked there and back probably 3 times. That looks like a sick pairing. Ultramel, GHI to Pastel, Enchi, Hypo Clown. Hypo, Enchi, Ultramel, GHI Clown. Jesus Christ.
I can't wait to see that.
I also just like interspersed recessives with codoms, and I like made myself angry at myself.
Yeah.
But no, that's an amazing pairing.
Yeah, I'm trying to like I have a little bit of hypo and Ultramel together, but personally, I think it looks sick. But I'd rather put it into something like clown or pied and just really perfect that.
And you know what? The thing is too, if it's not already in ultra or in hypo, I can definitely see there being a bigger desire to kind of go a different direction because you're putting a lot of time and effort then into making the visual hypo version.
Yeah.
Only for it to not add a ton of value, even just for your own collection, not even necessarily for resale, versus if you got it into a visual clown. If you hit a hypo ultramel versus a fucking ultramel clown, like,
Yeah.
it's not the same. I'm sorry. I would love for it to be the same, but it's
Yeah.
not the same. Like,
No, no chance.
no. So I totally get that. Now, if you're already like, if your animal already has that hypo with it, absolutely go for it. If you're putting it into if you're putting your ultramil something into a hypo clown,
Yeah.
you're laughing like you're miles ahead, right? But to just get hypo alone into the project is a lot of work for, you know what, something that's not for a lot of people anymore. Unfortunately, I love it, but
It's the same thing. I like really love Clown Pied, but I know if I wait a few years, I'm gonna have Clown Pied and Ultramel together. Like 5 years down the road, I know that'll all be together. So I'm trying to just stay away from both Clown and Pied together right now because I know I'll have it like triple hets in a few years.
this pairing looks really cool. I really like the idea of vanilla in an ultramel clown and pinstripe. Oh man, I like that. Is it raining? Oh my god, it's raining. GHI Mojave Clown to pin Ultramel. Jesus, that's awesome.
That's sick.
Okay, so I know we touched on very briefly the genes that you would kind of like to add. Is there anything that you're currently actually looking to add? Like, are you on the hunt for anything right now?
Nothing really in particular. Nothing like that I'm not already working with. Just some more like Clown or Pied females. Definitely.
You can never have enough of those, right?
Yeah, but honestly, Ultramel hats.
And you know what the funny thing is? I feel like, especially in Canada, as soon as there's some up, as soon as like decent Ultramel hats,
Yeah.
I have a very good idea of where they're going to be sold to and how quickly they're going to be sold.
I think they're already going there.
That's what I mean. It's either Nathan, Austin, or another one of you guys. Like, and the Ultramels are just gone.
Yeah. Austin for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Do I only work with ball pythons? I personally I work with Western hognoses as well. It was the shittiest year that I've ever. We got no eggs. I got 3 girls slugged out on me, no eggs. I don't know if it was the season, like the temperature. I have no idea. It was terrible. But then Nick, not a lot, but he works with some. Oh my God, Rhacodactylus species. So he has crestids, a couple gargoyles, I think. No gargoyles, chihuahuas, and Rhacodactylus. And then him and I both have way too many cats. Yeah. Guys, questions, please. Let's go.
I like the VPI snow hognoses. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, I have one male VPI snow. I don't. You know that I have some of Billy's hog noses, right?
No.
Did you know Billy had hog noses?
No.
Okay. He bought a couple of ways back, and I took him in, and of course that just happened to be the year things went to shit. Well, that was last year. Last year was bad. I got like 2 clutches, and this year was even worse. But he has a double het snow female at my place. And man, like I've just been praying. I've been trying to make them because I really, really, really wanted a couple females. You know, I'll keep 1 or 2. He can keep 1 or 2. Like they lay like 25 eggs. You're gonna hit a couple.
Yeah.
And then you know, just to have them growing up, and I just haven't made any, and it was such a bummer because I know Billy would have been thrilled because he was stoked about the snows too. But speaking of which, okay, this is a good thing to ask. What other than your Ultramel het male?
Yeah.
What were the last, let's say, 2 additions to your collection?
Super Blade Clown,
Nice.
female. What else? God, I can't even think. Definitely some head ultramels. I got an OD head ultramel female, lesser head ultramel female.
Nice.
What else? I don't know. Like I really don't know.
It's all good, man. No, the only reason I'm asking is because you reminded me by mentioning the snow hognose. we just picked up from Michelle and Paul, Mordex ball pythons, their female asphalt VPI xanthic albino, the asphalt snow female.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You showed me that.
So we're incredibly excited about that. And then we also got really lucky. We got to pick up oh my God, what is it again?
Banana something.
Banana spider leopard. OD or super OD, Enchi or super Enchi, probably yellow belly. I don't think it's fire hepide. Female.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
I can't even, like, I told them to keep it, but they ended up keeping something better, so I can't blame them. Plus, if you follow Michelle and Paul, you know the stuff they're making is stupid. It's just like it's so crazy right now. They just made what has to be, in my opinion, the nicest freeway I've ever seen. And I don't even know what
half the time it comes out of nowhere too. You're like, where did that come from?
Because they don't post about it until it's out of the egg. They don't post the pairings. Like, they're just low key. But it's awesome because, like, then they get to go like, hey guys, look what I made. Like the fucking dreamsicle het clowns, like a black pastel dreamsicle het clown. Like, where the fuck did this come from? You know what I mean? Like, I can't make that if I want to. And you just popped out 2 of them in a clutch. And they acted like they were just like, yeah, look what we made. Like, oh, fucking humble much? Holy fuck. It's great. And I'm super happy for them. They're great friends.
Yeah, no, Billy was showing me some of the stuff he's got from them. I'm like, what? I didn't know that. Like,
it's nuts, man. Like last year they did like 2 clutches of Dreamskulls, 2 clutches of Lightnings, just because they could. Then what else? What else did they do this year? Oh, they had a bunch of like freeway head G-stripe stuff, just kicking around like it was nothing. They were just like, oh yeah, this is what this is. Like, then they made the fucking super asphalt xanthic. That was also 66% het albino. And I think, I'm not sure. I think we're getting one of the asphalt xanthic 66% het pied females. No, 66% het albino. Sorry. Yeah, asphalt xanthic 66% het albino. Now, we're not taking either of those for the albino, though. We have a spot nose, yellow belly clown, 50% het VPI xanthic that we're proving out right now.
Yeah.
And if he proves, we'll just be making spot nose, freeway, xanthic het clown combos.
I had some albino females, and I just got rid of them. I just find like they're cool, but if you don't have the right things to go to them, it's just like it's not.
Well, here's the thing. Like, we work with lavender, right? So I don't want to get into a second version of albino. It's just like I don't want to go get into MJ xanthic when I have VPI, right?
Yeah.
I might have to, because it turns out that leopard desert ghost het pied male that's at Billy's might be het TSK xanthic, which I didn't find out until after. But you know, it's tough, and we even have a couple of animals that we've had since for a couple of years that are like het albino, het this. It's like, and do we even want to acknowledge the het albino? Like, at that point, do you move that animal along to somebody that will make use of it properly, or do you use it only for what you want it for? You know what I mean? It's a hard choice, because the animals we have are pastel asphalt / yellow belly, het albino, 50% het pieds.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's albino pieds are cool, but it's never like dreamsicles are already there. You're not really.
I know what this means.
Oh yeah, that's my mom.
I know. I don't know what she's saying.
Yeah, she said that I just picked up that female from Dan.
Oh, super pastel Oh, that's right, because I commented about how good of a pickup it was, because GHI clowns are the friggin' future. That's right. I do remember that. That's awesome, man. Like, GHI clowns, I think, are just gonna take over next year.
100%.
Okay. You don't have to, because this generally isn't like a snake showing show, but if you want to, you can. Somebody's asking if you can show your favorite snake.
Yeah, sure. Probably I'll pick a couple of my favorites, because I don't have a specific favorite one.
Jesus.
So they're both females. This one right here is a pastel GHI HRA.
Sorry, what is that again?
Pastel GHI HRA female.
That is a cool looking animal. That's not what I expected that combo to look like. Very nice.
And then the one that I just got from Dan, the Super Pastel Mojave GHI Het Clown.
That's sick. That'll be a friggin' little powerhouse for you when it's bigger.
I think it's just coming out of shed too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a GHI Krypton 50% head hypo. I don't know if June's still here, but he originally produced it. We got it from somebody else, and she's bred the Stranger a couple times. So GHI, Stranger, Leopard, Yellow Belly, Kryptons.
Stranger stuff's pretty expensive, eh? I was looking at some of the Stranger clown combos on Morph Market, and I just didn't realize that.
It's kind of nuts because when we first bought into the project, a lot of people told us how stupid we were and how it was a bad investment and it was a bad idea because you just bought a really expensive mahogany and this and that and the other thing. Man, I don't get feelings very often. Like I don't get like gut feelings about stuff very often. That's usually Nick. Nick gets these weird gut feelings about stuff, and if it's like a bad feeling, we just cut it out because for some reason he has like a fucking spidey sense. But I just had a good feeling about it, and here we are. I think it must be a year by now. I think those animals hatched in November. I think they did. So that animal must be a year old now, and the price is not dropped. I think it came down a little bit at one point when we like first got it, like within those first few months, but like it's maintained.
They look incredible, honestly. Like
did you see the Stranger Mahogany stuff that guy made? SMS Morphs?
No, but Austin was showing me some of the combos he made with Mahogany.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, where did that come from? Where has that been? Like all these years, everyone's been working with clown, and like, how long has Mahogany been out there for?
And that's the funny thing. Mahogany's been around a while. It's like people just didn't realize. So
yeah, that might actually be something that I need to get in the collection. Like I have a little bit of Cine and Black Pastel.
Mm-hmm.
Mahogany, I need to stop sleeping on it. Or Stranger even, like both of them.
Well, and it's funny too because I thought to myself when I first got this animal because he's a Stranger, Leopard, pastel yellow belly, Het Clown, male, right?
Yeah.
And when I first got him, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put him to every clown we have. I'm just going to make as many Stranger clowns as I can and hold back, some females just to have them. Like, I just want to hoard them. And then as soon as he was ready, all of a sudden my mindset completely changed. And the first thing I put him to was a pastel hypo G-stripe. And the second thing I put him to was a GHI Krypton. And you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So
GHI Krypton.
GHI Krypton. GHI Krypton, 50% head hypo.
How's that clutch?
It's not a clutch yet. She's only building.
Oh, that's gonna be insane.
Yeah. So that's probably my most anticipated clutch for next year. We do have some shots at clown pieds, but I think the Stranger GHI Krypton.
Oh, that's gonna be like crazy, man. That's sick.
I think that might be theoretically my favorite Krypton that I've ever seen. If Krypton reacts to the Stranger the way I expect it to, which it probably won't, it'll probably be way cooler. If it does, though, I genuinely expect that animal to just steal the show.
Does Stranger wash the head out? Like, is there a head stamp?
My boy has a head stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm happy because so I put him to the pastel hypo G stripe, and he's pastel, so I'm a little worried there that I'm gonna hit a bunch of super pastel like Stranger double hets.
Yeah.
I just don't like working with super pastel if I can avoid it. I do like pastel in certain combos. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna stand here and be like, fuck pastel. Like that's overdone. Pastel can be amazing when used properly. But super pastel, just like say super lesser, in the right programs, it can be powerful as hell, depending on what you're trying to make.
Even like everyone shits on Spider and stuff. I think like OD Desert Ghost, you add all the right things, it's insane. Like it's crazy contrast.
And you're 100% right. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, here's the thing. Spider's amazing. I think it is anyway. I love what Spider does. But in certain combos, I'm not going to put Spider in it just for the sake of it. You know what I mean? Like,
100%. Yeah.
I'll use spiders to make certain things, but I'm not just going to add Spider for the sake of adding a gene to a project. For the same reason, I don't want Super Pastel in all my stuff, because I want the option to be able to aim for Pastel or not in any of my pairings. And having a single gene Pastel, you don't get that control. Obviously, it could still throw an entire clutch of Pastel for you, right?
Yeah.
But at least you're not forcing yourself into that corner, right?
Yeah, well, no, for sure.
I think I only have one Super Pastel animal in my entire collection, which is a Super Pastel Superfly Yellow Belly Clown female. And I just had to get...
I only have two, and they're both het clown females. And actually...
Yeah, one of yours is a fucking banana female, so shut up.
I also have a Super Pastel Pinhead Hypo female. That'll be breeding for me this year.
Apparently, Jason just wants an easy way into the stranger stuff. No, I would really love to see like a stranger Ultramel clown. Oh my god,
that'd be ridiculous.
That's just gross. Like in the best way possible.
Ultramel clowns already have like crazy contrast. Adding stranger in there is just gonna really
darken it up and then fucking blitz the pattern all at the same time. Oh man, like that'd be nuts. This I 100% agree with. Pastel DG
for sure.
So
especially I was talking, Super Pastel. That's one thing I like Super Pastel in for sure.
So I was talking about how Pastel I only like in certain combos. I was also talking about how I had that DG 50% het puzzle male that I wanted to send to June.
Yeah.
He had a brother, and it was a Pastel DG 50% het puzzle. And he is at Billy's. Because I want to, if one of those animals prove, and I can just get a puzzle het DG, like, I don't even care if I like puzzle at that point. That's just an amazing animal to have. But I completely agree. Pastel and Desert Ghost, and like what you just said, even Super Pastel and Desert Ghost, like, it's mind-blowing. Like, there's no downside to that. It just looks incredible. But you know what? You put that same Pastel gene in a certain clown combo, and you lost my interest.
I feel like you can only do so much in DG though. Like, the more basic combos, in my opinion, look better from what I've seen.
It's weird because if you start adding stuff, sometimes you lose the impact of the DG, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
the DG still adds to the combo, but not to the point of you just being like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember who posted an animal. It was like a couple of weeks ago, but it was like leopard. Oh, fuck, what was it? Like leopard cinnamon. Nope, it wasn't cinnamon. It was leopard blackhead. Yeah, leopard blackhead something Desert Ghost, and like it looked really really cool. Like it definitely looked like a cool animal. But if you would have showed me that and told me it wasn't Desert Ghost, and just said something else, I would have believed you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, so I definitely agree that if you stack too much together, you kind of
washes it out.
Yeah, you definitely lose the impact that DG can bring. Because, like, have you seen just a cinnamon Desert Ghost or a cinnamon enhancer?
Yeah, I've seen a cinnamon enhancer.
It's fucking nuts. Like, they're just they're purple. Like, it's amazing. Even the pewter, like Billy has pewter enhancers, right?
I think so. I haven't.
We made 2 of them last year, and dude, those like they look axanthic. Like they're super cool. But yeah, as soon as you start adding, a 3rd or 4th gene on there, it's just like. Okay.
even the heads, man. Like I feel like it's doing something in there. Even with like some of my Ultramel stuff, like the male I got from Austin, it's purple. I'm like, every time it sheds, it's more purple. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. We have from that male that's at Billy's right now, the Leo DG Hepide. We have a couple animals that we held back, and I got one female. I put the leopard Desert Ghost Hepide to my ivory female. And I got one female. I just got brutalized by the odds. Or sorry, one leopard Desert Ghost female. We got, I think, 2 just yellow belly Desert Ghost females. But this one animal looks more desert ghost than every leopard desert ghost I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Now, that said, it's yellow belly, so that's definitely helping. But like, it's I think it's my favorite animal I've ever made.
I find it so difficult, especially like I see a lot of stuff at Billy's and stuff, and I look at Instagram constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find a way to identify it like yellow belly. Like I have, but it's so difficult.
And yellow belly gets really interesting when you put it into certain combos. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to yellow belly. It's not just like, oh, I know how to ID yellow belly. Like learning how to ID just a yellow belly versus a pastel yellow belly, totally different, right? Like there's different things to look for. Same with like cinnamon, same with leopard. Like you put yellow belly into 2 gene combos, and all of a sudden you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So it's definitely tough. Yellow belly, I'd say being able to, and I shouldn't even say properly because I'm sure half the time I don't even get it right, but being able to confidently ID yellow belly most of the time probably took me the longest out of most things.
Yeah. For sure.
It's hard. It's fucking hard, man. Like, and I like it'll obviously come, especially when you start hatching them and start having to look. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of changes at that point. But I don't know. I try to keep yellow belly in combos that is very.
I find it's very easy to identify in banana.
Really?
Yeah, I had a banana entry yellow belly. I knew right away.
That's funny because banana is usually the number one gene that I have people that like ask me, "Oh, is this yellow belly?" Like, did you do any research before you made it to help? Whatever. But no, that's probably that and pastel are probably the 2 genes that people ask me my opinion on. Like if stuff is yellow belly the most.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and then you start doing so much to it that, again, that's just with anything. It's like impossible.
Yeah, I have a pewter het DG that's actually also at Billy's right now because of the Leo DG is there, and she's got to be like 2,500 grams, and she's brighter than most pewter like babies.
Yeah,
that come out. Like it's, the head influence that you can get on some animals is nuts. Like the Bongo Mystic het Ultramel I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah.
Her entire head stamp is orange. It's like an orange paradox from the Ultramel, and it's so cool. And I've heard that that's actually pretty common in Ultramel for the hets to have crazy like orange paradox spots. Chris Towers has I think like 10 different hets that all have like super obvious Ultramel paradoxes, which is really cool. All right, guys. We're over an hour now. Anybody have any questions? I know I've asked about 5 times. We skipped right by this. I have not. Oh, I need to stop touching this stand that this thing is on. I have not seen a lot of Sable stuff. I will admit I haven't seen any in person. That said, I have not seen one I don't like. I think it's really cool. I don't know if I would go out of my way to get it if I happened upon it and it was in the right animal. I would definitely jump on it. But yeah, at least right now, I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. Have you seen any of it?
No clue. I've never heard of it. GHI clowns is where it's at.
I love GHI clowns, man. I wish so we have this super GHI Mojave het clown female that's breeder size. The GHI Krypton, obviously. Yeah. And then I have a leopard GHI double het clown pied that's growing up. And that's something I'm excited to see. A leopard GHI clown pied, like, oh my god.
Yeah, Billy hatched some of those out. Insane.
What's that?
Like, Billy hatched some clown pieds out. It's insane. Like, they never get old.
No, I've yet to make my first one, and I've said this a few times on the show, but Nick and I decided when we first started that the clown pied was going to be our goal project animal. So we would not buy ourselves a single clown pied until we made one. And what's funny is the project just kept kicking us in the nuts.
Yeah.
The first year we tried to make our own double hets. We ended up with 6 out of 6 males.
Ooh.
The second year, we didn't make any double hets. So then we started buying ingredients for it. So we got a couple. We got 3 pastel clown het pieds from Brian Cusco. One of them are Enchi too, females, and they're all breeder size now. I think we have 3 breeder double hets, and now we have a ODYB probable leopard pied het clown male breeding. So when we finally hit one, it's going to be stupid.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
Well, it's the same with Billy. He was explaining it to me how long it's taken him, but now he's hit it 4 and 5 gene combos in them. So he said it's so worth it.
Mm-hmm. And it honestly, that project was cursed for Billy. Like he bought a male and wouldn't eat, and then he bought a female and it got to breeding size, and then it passed. It got egg bound or something, and and then every attempt he had at clown pies, he just missed. Like, oh, it just sucks so bad. I remember being there at his open house, and he was cutting those eggs, and we were positive he had a couple clown pies, and he missed them still. So
yeah. Well, he ended up hitting, I think, 4 or 5. So
yeah, you know what? If anybody deserves it, it's him. He's put a lot of work into that one. So.
Yeah, I know for sure.
Okay, so if you could next year, if you could make only one animal that you have a chance of making out of all of your pairings, you only get one, what would it be? You can it's the only egg you get, but you can make it whatever you want.
Pastel Enchi Lesser Freeway Clown.
That's a good answer. Pastel Lesser Enchi Freeway Clown. Yeah, that would look nuts.
Yeah. Even just a pastel Enchi Freeway Clown or just an Enchi Freeway Clown.
Honestly, I think the pastel would do a lot for that combo, though, because the pastel freeway clowns look really nice. Interesting.
I need some more leopard and clown. I don't have any leopard and clown.
I have too much. You want a female or two?
Yeah,
dude. So you know how I was telling you I have way too many holdbacks that have lesser in them?
Yeah.
I also have way too many holdbacks that have leopard in them. I have so much leopard right now, which isn't a bad thing. Obviously, I love leopard. But basically all of my females, my hets growing up, my 2, 3, 4 gene het clowns are all leopard. So
yeah, spot nose too. I want to have some more. I think spot nose is a necessity in clown. You just need to have it.
Oh yeah, those pink clowns I made, though, fucking almost all of them are spot nose. That just blew my mind. I've never been happy about a clutch. What was I gonna fucking ask you? I don't remember. Yeah, okay, so am I choppy to people that are watching? I won't be to you because I'm hosting the call, so you and us are direct connected, but okay, never mind. The warning went away. Sometimes me and you can still talk, but people see us both really choppy if my internet gets bad. But it should be fine. Yeah, I totally forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, if I was in that same position, GHI Leopard Stranger Krypton. GHI Leopard Stranger Yellow Belly Krypton. Male. Yeah,
making your own males over there. That's sick.
That's what I would. That's the thing. Where am I going to buy that? You know what I mean?
That's such a unique animal, and no one's going to be selling that.
Exactly. I couldn't buy that if I wait 6 months. I won't be able to buy that animal, right?
If you wait 2 years, you might not be able to buy that.
And it's funny because we just went and did the same thing with our Dreamsicle project. So I couldn't find a combo clown. Excuse me. I couldn't find a combo dream male that had yellow belly in it. I looked, and there's definitely been some posted. I know people are making them. I know they're out there.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find one. And we had a yellow belly pied het lav, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Let's just aim for our own. So, I hit a beautiful yellow belly dream female in the first clutch that we got.
Yeah.
And, who's going to complain about having a yellow belly dreamsicle female in their collection growing up? Nobody, right?
Yeah.
But then this clutch, not only did we hit the black pewter dream that I think is yellow belly, but then we hit that black pastel yellow belly live het pied.
Yeah.
And that animal, like, had I not tried to make my own male, I would have never made that animal. And that animal might be my favorite lavender I've ever seen in my life.
Live's sick, like especially black pastel. Anything dark,
it
just enhances the oranges. For sure.
Well, did I show you? Have you seen the black pastel yellow belly live het pied that we made?
Yeah, I did see that. Didn't you sell it?
Did I sell? No.
Or was that a different one?
No, the black pastel yellow belly live het pied is the one we just made. I sold.
Oh, right, a couple weeks ago or a week.
I sold a yellow belly live het pied to Kevin.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He took the female, and I instantly regretted that. Oh my god, I shouldn't have done that because the male was yellow belly pied het lavender. So we have a couple pied females that we held back, but they're all 66% het lav, and she's lav 100% het pied and yellow belly. So, but yeah, no, you know what? It's cool to finally be in a position to make the animals that we need to keep moving forward. You know what I mean? To not have to buy them. It's not all the projects, you know, we're not that far in every project, but like in 3 months, we have a shot at a spot nose yellow belly VPI xanthic clown. Where are you going to find that?
Yeah.
I don't know, but if I can hit a male, I'll be over the fucking moon, right? Like,
yeah, that's right.
We could also hit, well, if the girl goes, she's at like 30 mils. I think she's going to go. Super OD YB leopard clown pied.
That's ridiculous, man. That's sick.
But the female will have to prove. Like, she's a het pied posse clown. But like, if I can hit an animal like that, like,
even just a pie, man, that's sick.
Even if I could find that animal, it's not an animal I could afford. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Nobody, I shouldn't say nobody. There's lots of people out there dropping tons of cash on crazy animals, but like, I don't have $6 to $8 grand to go drop on a crazy fucking super this, super that clown pied male.
Yeah,
I don't. But I mean, I could definitely use one, and I have the ingredients to make one. They're just really long odds. So it makes more sense for us to try, right? Because you never know. Sometimes the odds just work for you, and you get really lucky.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? It could be a very, very crazy year for us. For a lot of people, actually. Like it.
What do you think about an xanthic clown pie? What are your thoughts on that? Like, I don't even know if anyone's made one. I just thought of it like right now.
I think. You know what? I don't know. No, someone's got to have made one with VPI by now.
Yeah.
Like all those genes have been around so long. Like, I gotta look this up now. I honestly think it would look amazing.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like if someone already did make it, maybe it doesn't look as good as they would have thought it was. Because if I haven't seen it, or you haven't seen it, then clearly hasn't been advertised that much.
I'm not seeing a thing. No, either not been made or it hasn't been advertised.
Yeah.
Antoine's working on it. He's got a video from August. Yeah, definitely could be really cool. I mean, I love xanthic clowns, and lightnings look amazing. So
yeah,
I can't see that not looking good.
Well, I can just imagine it right now. Like that's gotta look like awesome.
And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, the one downside about clown pieds is sometimes they age kind of bad. Like they drown really badly. So the xanthic might just fucking clean up that whole problem.
Well, I don't know how pastel an xanthic is, but I feel like the patterns on those clowns look like pretty cool. Like the head pattern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? Man, there's so much potential for like different triples.
There's so many things that haven't been done with pied. It's been around for so long, but the monsoon pied, me and Austin were talking about that, and it's like he thinks it's going to be high pattern. I mean, I don't know. Personally, I don't have an opinion because I don't work with monsoon, but I'd love to, but
And you know what? The monsoon one's tricky too because there's so much out there now, right? And I don't
yeah,
mean so much monsoon. I mean, there's so much information out there about people picking out hets, but like it hasn't totally been proven yet. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, they look different for sure. Like
100%.
from
And
what
that's the thing.
people say, they look a lot different.
But the thing is too, like, there's also the chance that there's something else attached to what people thought was het monsoon, and it's actually
Yeah,
something completely different. Like, so we don't know until it's 100% proven, right? Like, I was there the day that Billy discovered it in his collection, like before he made it, like when he
no one's
realized
hitting them either. It's well, people are, but people have so many hets and are just missing them left and right.
and that's the thing, right? I think there's definitely gonna be a few years here where there's gonna be a like a feeling out process because
Yeah,
people that have had animals are now getting to size and this and that, and you know some people are gonna say, oh well, you know these didn't prove, so maybe this het marker we were looking at isn't a het marker, maybe it's only this, you know what I mean? Maybe
yeah,
the hooking of the pattern isn't a marker, maybe it's only that head stamp, maybe who knows, right? Until we get some concrete proof, it's all kind of anecdotal. Now we do know that Billy hit one kind of just by the seat of his pants and looking at
yeah,
animals that he thought were hats, and he did it. He made it. It exists. The animal's alive.
yeah,
But for other people to replicate that and for it to be like an accepted thing that these are het markers for het monsoon, and you know, yeah, it's gonna take a while for sure.
I also believe he has like a stranger moray or something like that he thinks might be monsoon.
Well, I'm pretty confident Moray is
Monsoon.
monsoon. They look the exact same. They behave.
I haven't even seen it. I've only seen that one snake that he has.
Oh, and that's not a good example because that just looks like a champagne.
Yeah,
There's too much in that animal.
yeah,
But yeah, no, you know what? Like monsoon's a funny one because we have a couple animals that might be het monsoon. Our Enchi asphalt het pied was sold to us as pots het monsoon, and one of the asphalt pies that we made has what I believe to be
hat markers.
monsoon paradoxing actually
Oh, really?
on one of the saddles. Yeah, it's crazy. It looks like digital camo. Like it's. I'll send you a picture after we're done. But I don't know if that's something I want to put my time into.
Yeah.
Going
Well, I
after,
think it's a
you know what I
long
mean?
project for sure.
I think I'd rather hold on to the animals that I already knew I was going to hold on to, and then once people figure it out, if I still have the ingredients, then maybe I'll
I
go
feel
for
I
it, right?
feel like there's just too much out there right now. There's not enough visuals, and once people start making those visuals, maybe I'll decide to get into it. But right now, I feel like it's just not worth my time.
Well, and that's the thing too. There's nowhere near enough visuals out there for the amount of people that
Yeah.
believe they have hats. So it's
Yeah.
going to take a long time for everybody to prove out what they believe is a hat, right?
Yeah.
Once the visuals start becoming a little more plentiful, the price comes down a little more and all that kind of stuff, I think we'll be able to have a much better understanding much quicker of what's happening. But right now, it's all guesswork, man. Like even Billy hasn't been able to at least successfully make another one from his collection. So
Yeah.
you know, fingers crossed. Like I'm hoping it's everywhere. I'm hoping it's in your collection from Billy stuff and my collection from Billy stuff. Like I hope we all have it, but you never know, man. You never know until we get there, right? So
Yeah. Well, no, Billy and Austin keep saying that it's like a lot of it's in Mojave, and you like never see it. So I don't know. Like I guess we'll see where like everything goes with that. But
yeah,
it's there's not enough of it out there for me to really get into it. I feel like I could put that money into something that I'm working with right now, and it would get me a lot farther than just spending that $2,000 on a special POS head.
exactly, and that's the big thing, right? If you have $2,000 that you can go drop on like a breeder combo clown or like a good combo clown
Yeah,
email that's smaller, it's something like, especially with what you already have, like to start a new project with that kind of money or
yeah,
to do that much for an existing project. Like it's really hard to say, no, I don't want to give my clown project a massive shot in the arm. I'd rather take the chance on this, right?
Exactly.
It's tough.
I'm not going to spend $2,000 on a special 50% pos head or 50% pos head. It just doesn't seem worth it at this point.
Like, all the het markers in the world, and that still it's a really hard sell, right? Like
especially no one's going to sell a snake that has good markers either.
Mm-hmm.
Especially female, like you can't go wrong with a female.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If somebody has a female that they're listing as a 50% het, if you don't think that they've already looked that snake up, down, left, right, and center for every possible thing that they might consider a het marker before they listed it for sale, unless you're somebody like Billy who probably has 100 of them, so Billy doesn't count. But if anybody has anything that's pos het monsoon, if they believed it was het monsoon, chances are they're going to keep it.
Well, yeah, for sure. Same with tri-stripe. Same with, like, because tri-stripes, like, the hets are very visual.
Yep.
And people who are selling 66% hets or 50% hets for a ridiculous price, I'm really not going to buy that. I'd rather go and buy a visual male and make my own hets.
And that's the other thing, right? Like, if you're going to do that, you might as well spend the real money and know that you're in it, right? And know that you're doing the right thing with it. So,
yeah. Like, I don't know enough about either of them to go and buy a hat, right? Especially a pos hat.
And that's the thing. Like, we only have it because we already had the animals before Billy kind of found out about it, and ours are only all listed as 50% hets. And of course, all of ours have entry in them, so I can't fucking tell shit.
Yeah.
But then we also have the leopard special double het monsoon pied, which is the sister of the visual monsoon.
Oh, right, yeah.
And actually, I have to bring that female back to Billy soon because we're breeding it over at his place. But like, if that ends up being a thing, like monsoon pied, if that ends up being like big, I might go back on everything I just said. Like, if we hit a monsoon pied and it's nuts, I might just become the monsoon guy. I might just be trumpeting it to everybody, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I'm not going to go dump my life savings in a monsoon.
Yeah, personally, if I made a monsoon pied, like, I would probably only use it for a year just to make some more double heads or try and make one more, and I just sell it.
That's tough. I think I would probably use it for like 2 years.
Yeah, I guess true, because if the first year doesn't go well or whatever.
Yeah, not only that, like,
if you don't hit
anything I really want it to go to the first year, just because I really want it, it's probably not going to go.
Well, yeah, sure.
So, especially for an animal like that, like, yeah, you could probably turn around and sell it at the end of your first season and still make a killing on it.
Yeah.
But the amount less you're going to get the next year versus what you could still do with it, I don't think the two outweigh each other. Like, say you could sell that animal for, I don't know what it would go for. This is just,
I think at least like $60K.
I was going to say like 40. Whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
That first year, right out of the egg, that 60K, let's say it's 60K. You're going to be able to get that all day long, and you're going to have a couple people knocking on your door for it, right?
Yeah.
You won't have a hard time selling the animal. You grow that up, you make the hets, right? Now you have, maybe like a triple het combo monsoon clown pie grown up, like a trio of them. And, maybe you made yourself some cool fucking combo pied het monsoons.
Yeah.
And maybe just like a couple clutches of really badass double hets, like OD, this, that, whatever, right? Your animal is at 60K when it hatched. Now it's a breeder size male, a proven breeder. But it's probably at that point about 18 months later.
Yeah.
And that's being conservative, depending on how quickly the male breeds and stuff for you.
Well, that's the thing. The price may, as you think, like, it's a breeder now, but that might not be the case. It may not increase because there may be 4 more out there. It might just decrease.
The other thing is, though, there might not be any out there.
That's the thing, yeah.
And then you have the only animal in existence that's also now a breeder male, right? So you can name your own price.
Right.
Hold on to that for 1 more year. Now he's an established breeder male. Now he's been doing it a year. Like, you probably throw him to 10 females if you're really careful about it.
Yeah.
that's the year you load up on all your stuff. Once your clutches start coming,
Yeah.
then sell them mid-season while people are still pairing. That animal's going to still go for what you want it for because people are going to be biting for it because it's mid-season.
And you've already put it to all your stuff.
Exactly. That's exactly what I would do. Now, if some of those animals don't end up going, you still have all the animals that you held back from the year before.
But here's the thing. If that male doesn't make it or, just something happens, that's so much effort and everything that you've gone through, and it's just right out the door.
But that's any animal, man. Like I've seen people hatch like $15,000 males, raise them up 6-8 months. Like, it's like the pride and joy of their collection. And then 1 week it gets a rat bite, infection, dead. That's it. And there's nothing you can do. Like, I mean, you could feed frozen in that scenario. But what I mean is, like, there's always going to be shit that comes up. And you know what? Sometimes it's the best thing you got. Our first clutch of dream skulls, we had 3 dream skulls. One of them died the day after it came out of the egg. No reason. It was just dead.
Yeah.
First double recessives we've ever made, just dead. So
that's the one thing I'm happy about last year, or I guess this year I had no slugs, nothing. Everything was no mold on the eggs. I was so surprised. That's
awesome though. That's also beneficial of like you knowing sort of who to look to and who to take advice from, and not getting the shitty advice that most people get when they first start out. So, but that's great, man. That just means that your first season went a lot better than most people's do, and moving forward, it can only get better.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, we're coming up on an hour and a half. I need to eat dinner, so we're gonna wrap this up. It seems like the questions have kind of slowed down, but man, this was great. Thank you for being.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being the first guest back for Friday Night Live. It was great. And Laine, I'm gonna do an outro. If there's anything you want to say, feel free. And
thanks for having me on.
Awesome, buddy. Cool. Well, I'm gonna drop you off the call. I'll message you after this. I'll show you that pie that I was telling you about.
All right, sounds good.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on. See ya.
All right.
Guys, that was great. Laine's a cool guy. He really is. Got some cool stuff too. So if you weren't a part of the stream on Sunday, I did say that I am now going to be holding myself a little more accountable. I am going to be actually doing these. We have a lot more followers now and a lot more subscribers. We're monetized. No more fucking around. So as of, today, you will be seeing the Friday Night Live guests advertised as of Monday of that week. If it's and when I say big, if it's like a big time thing, I'll make sure people have plenty of notice. And there won't be any more advertised Friday Night Lives that don't happen. That was really, really embarrassing for me for that to happen more than once. That is not going to be a thing anymore. I will be here, and if I'm not going to be here, I will make sure that it is known well in advance. And next week, more than likely, I mean, we're trying to line something else up, but more than likely, it's going to be my episode to interview Nick. Nick was on originally, I think, on episode 5, and we kind of just shot the shit, but I'm actually going to have Nick on as a proper guest. And we're going to interview him. And if you guys want to have questions ready for the person that is never in front of the camera, I would recommend it because Nick's actually a really, really cool guy. Really, really smart guy too. You gotta get it out of him. You gotta pull it out of him. It's going to be a great time. And that's all I wanted to say. We're going to be more consistent from now on. And thanks everybody for supporting. And Jason, thank you so much for the super chat, which is apparently a thing people can do now. It's always just really cool. But appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for listening to me talk this whole time after Laine's already gone. Nothing else to say. Have a good Friday night, guys, and we will see you next week. Peace out.